Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to do a Rank 3 Thor Ragnarok showcase video. This isn't going to be a max showcase video, because this is my first one and I'm still trying to feel out this new project system that I want to try and do for some of these underrated Rank 3 champs, but Thor is one of them because he's actually incredibly versatile in the right situation. Now this first fight is the Act 6.1.1 Sabretooth. He's got a lot of regen. That's going to be tough to handle. But Thor is so good for this fight, it's actually insane. What you want to do with this champion is get to under 40 hits and be at your special 3. The only synergy that's actually affecting me is the champion, because that's just giving me more attack based on my combo to a max of 100 hits. What I want to do simply with this champ, and what you want to do in most of the fights you use him with, stay under 40 hits and get to your SP3. See, I'm at my special 3. I'm going to bait out this special 2. I don't care about no retreat damage, because the second I throw this SP3, this fight's over. I'm going to parry, throw my special 3, and that's the fight. And you're going to see why. When I throw this, I have something called a Thunder God's Wrath passive that will allow me to shock and armor break the opponent, and with a chance to stun them too. So I'm going to go in for a combo. I'm going to throw my SP1, and because I'm above 40 hits, guaranteed stun. I'm going to throw another SP1, stun. Look at that damage. Just, I can keep this guy stun locked the entire fight. And that's the fight. He's just dead from all of the shock damage and all of the physical damage that I'm dealing from the SP1. Insane. That's a very, very effective stun lock mechanic. This next fight, Limber is a weakness for this champion, but not with White Magneto. Not only is he a metal champ, but he's a hero champ, so he works in both ways. My parry stuns will not be actual stuns, so it won't affect Limber. But by the time Limber really kicks in, this fight's going to be dead, because she's just going to get nuked through shock damage and through armor breaks. And it's going to be ridiculous. Now, a weakness for this champ, and I'm going to do the exact same rotation I did in the Sabretooth fight. Get under 40 hits and get a special 3. Parry, and then throw it. But a big weakness of Thor Ragnarok is if the opponent is immune to shock, or immune to armor break, or immune to stun, or immune to all 3, or a combination of 2 out of the 3, or at least one of them, this champion is terrible. Now, that is an Achilles heel of this champ. That does make him kind of a liability. In my personal opinion, it does make him a liability, because, you know, it's not ideal. But in a situation where they are not immune to either of those 3 debuffs, this champion is insane. Am I trying to say that he is a solid god tier champ? No. Well, actually, yes, he is a solid god tier in the right scenario. He's a situational attacker, but he's so good at it. He's so good in the right situation. You're going to see right here. I've got the White Mag's free fight, and now Limber isn't really an issue. I'm going to throw my SP1. I'm going to stun her. I'm going to get to my special 2. Fight. Very, very easy fight. It's criminal how easy that fight was, actually. Some of this showcase is on the beta because I didn't want to use my actual resource. The Book 2, Act 1, Chapter 4 beta when it came out, that's where I did the bulk of this footage. But you will also see fights including the Variant 3 Kang and how effective he is there. You're going to see some other content that he can do well, and some other fights that he's actually good for in other lanes, etc. You're going to see more out of this champ, and how even in unideal situations, as long as the opponent isn't immune to armor break, shock, or stun, that he excels. Now, close encounters is annoying, but it's not that big of a deal, because the second I get to the special 3 and throw it, I'm going to be next to him the whole time. This Loki also has Limber, but got White Magneto with me. I don't have to worry about that. Now, I'm going to stay under, again, I'm going to stay under 40 hits and get to my special 3 and end the fight. So I'm going to parry, stop my combo, intentionally 39 hits. I'm going to parry, throw my special 3. Now when I get to 40 hits, I forgot to mention, he triggers his Boon of the Gods power game, which gives him a lot of power. So I'm going to have my Thunder God's Wrath passive and that Boon of the Gods passive. So now I have this massive power game that gives me 3 bars of power. I'm going to throw another special 1. That doesn't kill him. I'm going to throw another special 1. You see the trend. If I can keep getting back to my special 1, this champion can't do anything. And right there, I stun him mercifully twice, and he's dead. Easy peasy. Very easy fight. This Sentinel, he's stun immune. I thought that Thor wasn't good enough to do stun immune. Turns out, I was actually wrong, because I was testing this. Well, the first try, it didn't go well. This isn't a full solo, but you're going to see that if you can set up this champion properly, he is actually nuts. I have the Proxima synergy because of the Plagued Mind node. If Thor can't gain power, oh no, then I can't do anything. That's not entirely true. Plagued Mind every 20 seconds will get power drained. Now one thing Thor can do, he can armor break his shot. Especially Duke, and this is only SIG 125. He gets about 2,000 attack rating with Thunder God's Wrath active. That it's great damage bump. So now what's going to happen? Plagued Mind's going to trigger. I'm going to wait out Fisticuffs to go away. Then I'm going to start my rotation. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to wait out this Plagued Mind timer. Because the second I get to 30 hits, my power gain is going to trigger. And so now I'm going to hit him. And when I get to my 30th hit, Boon of the Gods is going to trigger, and I'm going to get to special 3. That's just a YouTube notification. Ignore that. So now, bam, SP3, and I'm going to, very simply, shock and armor break this champion to death. He may be stun immune, which is going to take my physical damage away, but look at just how potent his shocks are when I actually start hitting him. This is a long fight, but just look. Look at how much shock damage I am doing. He's melting away every time he makes contact with me. That is insane. Now, because of Hurt Locker, I need to use different kinds of specials. His shocks aren't going to be guaranteed to trigger. It's a high chance, but sometimes it won't trigger. That's okay. I am going to dump my power eventually in a second. Let's see. Yeah, right here, I'm going to throw my special 1 for the sake of Hurt Locker. But my shocks did 20% of an extremely tanky champion's health, which in my opinion is actually great. And now I'm going to throw my special 3 again and repeat the cycle. Thor is so versatile, especially if you can shock him. He has 2 big ways of dealing damage. His stuns, when you can shock and armor break them, and his shock damage is actually underratedly good. Even his armor breaks are pretty decently potent. He's one of those great in the right situation, but not a master of none. He's not a master of anything, but he's not passable in unideal situations like this, but he's actually pretty effective. And I'm actually getting through this Sentinel very, very quickly. It's a longer fight, but still, the efficiency of this champion is amazing if you know how to manipulate this combo, especially if you have Proxima. If you know how to manipulate this guy's combo and know when he's going to trigger his power gain passive, you can get around these unideal fights such as this and efficiently get through it. And after the special 3, I'm going to shock him to death every time he makes contact with me or I make contact with him, and this fight's going to be over. That, to me, is insane. I've got 4 shocks, he's just melting away, and that's the fight. Was that a solo? It would have been if I had knew what I was doing. This was first try. But it just shows how good he is. Now another node that Thor should not be good for, but he's actually one of the best counters against, is Life Cycle. This Symbiote Supreme is gonna get bullied, and you'll see why. What Life Cycle does is damage over time debuffs like Shock, Bleed, Poison. They deal no damage. But whenever you knock them down, that Life Cycle shield has a longer cooldown, and it can go to a max of a 3-second cooldown. So I'm going to simply keep knocking him down without screwing up and losing my combo. So yeah, I want to get to my SP3 and effectively end this fight. Now I may not be able to do shock damage, but Life Cycle cannot cancel out the physical damage I deal at the end of my special 1 when I stun them, and I stun them guaranteed with a chance of 40 or more. And that is a very effective way of dealing damage in these unideal fights like this one. So I'm going to try and bait out a special 2. This is when like the game was bugged. So now I have to improvise. He wasn't throwing it. Now I have to throw my special 3, which sucks. But it's not all terrible. So I'm going to live his special 3. I'm going to live this, and we're going to kill him. Because now I'll be back in my special 1 and I'll effectively end this fight. I do have suicides on, but yeah. That was unideal. I was debating on whether I should quit out of this fight, but I said, you know what? Let's do it again. I didn't want to go through Life Cycle again because I really hate that node. So now I'm going to intercept SP1. I didn't stun him because I lost my combo, but I'm still doing a lot of damage on my basic hits. I didn't stun him there either. Again, this is a very... See, I stunned him there. Now I'm going to knock him down. I stunned him twice. And so now I'm going to keep my combo up. I'm not going to throw any special until I know I'm going to kill him. So now I'm going to knock him down, throw my SP3, and I believe this kills him, or close to it. This was not a clean fight. If I had played better, then I would have gotten to 40 hits, had the guaranteed stuns, and that would have effectively ended this fight. But yeah, we got the solo. It shows how Thor's physical damage is good against nodes like Life Cycle and very, very effective. Next up is... This is more of a fun boss fight, but I wanted to do it anyway. Omega Red. He's got Limber. I did make a few errors in this fight that I shouldn't have, which did cost me from one-shotting this fight, but I do get close. The goal is the same. Heavies until... Heavies and very few combos. I forgot to turn my notifications off in most of these videos, which is on me. So here's my plan. I'm going to strike him with heavies or 3-hit combos and back off. And if you get hit by his heavy, he puts his degen on, which means his spores will stick, which is annoying. So yeah, I want to get to my SP3. Since I have the Proximus synergy, it'll trigger my Boon of the Gods will be at 30 hits. So I have to mix up my combos properly, which is annoying, but not a big deal. I'm going to get to my special 3, and then this fight would have been over if I did not make very basic mistakes, which you will see eventually. I'm trying to get him to throw a special and not doing it. That's already a problem. So now the degen's on me. And because of the Icarus degen, the spores are sticking. So you know what? I say screw it. I'm going to try and nuke him with my special 3 and kill him. If I didn't get degen and I played perfect without having any Furies up to my special 3, this fight would have been a one-shot. There's a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. And SP1, it does 170k damage, and I couldn't do it. Couldn't kill him. I got close. But I do kill this fight with Ghost. Because Ghost, you know what she does against Icarus. But that's not the point. The point is, Thor, actually, in the right scenario, is one of the best champions to take down these fights. And you're going to see it again very, very shortly. This next fight is the hardest boss in all of 6.3, and that is the Mysterio boss. Thor actually is very capable of beating this fight. He has two things that work: armor break and shock. Mysterio is immune to neither in this fight ever since he got nerfed. So, I am going to, I don't know what I try and do here. I try and see these boosts, like this extra boost. I don't end up using it. I don't think. Yeah, I don't use it. I just go in and fight this fight. He's got tunnel vision and Matador and enhanced visibility. So when his helmet's up, 50% more combat power rate, and you're going to see that right there. Look at how quickly his power went up. Now I have to mix up my combos with the tunnel vision node, because if I do the same action twice, I get a miss on me. Right there, you're going to see I'm going to miss. But what that does, that's willpower healing. What I want to do is bait out 3 special ones, so that way I can get to my special 3 and I can go for the nuke. You can't nuke this guy because of Matador, unfortunately. If he had a Professor X-like mechanic, then maybe I could, but he doesn't. So now I have to get this falter off me. I'm going to be playing in the corner a lot in this fight. But, yeah. I'm just going to take block hits, play it super safe. Yeah, right there I messed that up, but that's okay. I'm going to push him back because I don't want him power draining me to the SP2. So now, I don't care about the Proxima synergy, or any synergy. Right there I get hit, which is just annoying. I'm going to try and shock and armor break this guy to death. If I didn't get hit, I probably would have one-shot this fight with Thor. It takes a lot of skill and patience to get through this without a miss counter, but he can do it. That's the whole reason I'm showing this video, is even in unideal scenarios, as long as you can armor break, stun, and shock the opponent, this champion is nuts. And now occasionally I will be doing my physical damage, and I still do have to occasionally switch my combos. Like I'm doing light, medium to get around this guy. But I did a pretty good amount of damage. Now his thing, and the falter, is healing me up quite a bit. Yeah, Mysterio's AI is annoying too, so that is a factor. But now we're going to do the same thing. Bait 3 special ones, and get back to my special 3 and rinse and repeat this process again. So now that's what we're going to do. Until he dies. But like I said earlier, I do not one-shot this fight. I get close. I do get very, very close to getting him down. But Thor actually is a... for an unideal counter, he's pretty good for this fight, even though I make a lot of rookie mistakes. This is when the game, I'm not someone who likes to cry foul, but I did have a lot of parry index, a lot of input problems in this fight that did make it difficult for me. I'm not making excuses. I do die. I could have played better, but it is annoying when you have to keep second guessing yourself because of these game issues. But we're gonna keep getting through this fight. I'm going to intentionally trigger my falter on my SP3. And we're going to do it again. We're going to shock and armor break this champion into oblivion. Now, so there's that. I'm going to do medium, light, medium because of the falter right there, and now he actually looks guaranteed to miss me. We go for parry. Medium, light, medium. Light, medium, light, medium. And also every time I shock him, I do a burst of physical damage. See right there, you saw that burst. And I got it again. He's down to, in that cycle, 27%. It shows how potent this guy's DOTs actually are, which in my mind is sick. See right there, Mysterio is being Mysterio. That's me right there, not the game. I botched that SP1. Accountability, be honest. Right there, I botched that SP1 Dex. And now I'm starting to panic, because I really want to get this fight down. My thumbs are sweating like crazy right now. So now he triggers his thing again. I'm going to leave this falter on me to try and heal, and there I take another hit. And I try and get the falter off me, and then I die. If I got to my SP3 again, this fight would have been over. This fight, though, is interesting. With Nick Fury and Punisher 2099 or Iron Man Infinity War, I get a thing that will cleanse me of Cold Snap and Incinerate. Iceman Cold Snaps, and there's also Matador on this fight, but it's a stun immune Iceman. Look at that! I'm immune to Cold Snap, and my other stuff too, which is amazing. Now there is a heal block on this fight, so I have no suicides, and this is also on the beta, so I don't have to use my resources, which is awesome. Now, we're going to just hit him, basically, until I get to my SP3. I'm going to bait out enough specials until I get to my SP3. Now this champ doesn't have anything special, so he's going to be very liberal with his specials. And now I'm going to pop my SP3 and get the shock damage going. Now, my Boon of the Gods won't do anything in this fight because I have to put down specials. But I can armor break and shock him. Look at how much damage those shocks are doing. It's a pretty healthy amount of shock damage. Now, another thing Thor does, he reduces your ability accuracy by 20% per shock debuff on the opponent. So that's actually preventing me from getting to 2 bars of power and doing this again. Because it keeps failing because Thor actually does have ability accuracy reduction. But now you're going to see, he will eventually throw this special. Now it's not going to fail because I have no shocks on him. So yeah, Thor's ability accuracy does get in the way a little bit, but it's not that big of a deal. Because I'm going to get to my SP3 again and do this again. And now we are going to shred this guy's health by a lot after this special 3, which in my mind is a nuts. So we're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna try and bait out another special 1 and see if I can get to 2 bars of power and throw a massive special 2, and I do. Look at that, I get it. And I'm gonna hit him with another combo. And I'm going to throw an armor break on him, and that does a lot of damage. So, now we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep shocking him, keep armor breaking him, and keep baiting out endless specials until I get to my SP3 and do this again until he dies. Thor Ragnarok, another thing, he has average block efficiency. But that doesn't really matter when you just nuke them for shock damage. So now we're going to do this again. Now, he's going to get shredded health-wise. Just watch this. Just watch. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let this play itself out till the end. Ability accuracy right there. Now I'm going to say something. No ice armor. Look at how much damage that did. That was a pretty solid special too for not critting as much. And now the shocks are going to kill him. Or actually, no, my basic combos will. That shows, just with synergies, how versatile you can make not only any champion, but in particular, this one, who is seen as more of a prestige champ. He can actually be a good attacker. Now, this is a bad mirror matchup. Would I do this? No. But you are going to see just how efficient Thor can be until I end up dying in this fight. Because this is not a one-shot. This is not even close to a one-shot. So, what I'm just showing is Thor being in an unideal scenario and still handling it well. Not like Doom level well, but pretty good, actually. So, and now personally, I was not in the mood to do this quest again to go perfect for the one-shot, because I just wanted to show just how Thor is very adept in beating these fights in the wrong situation. That was the goal. So now he's going to trigger his power gain, and he is going to start spamming specials. So now I got to push him back and bait the special too, because all of his specials are unblockable. So I'm trying to get him away from me and debate this. So I'm gonna... Now he throws it, thank God. I don't think I had Proxima with me. Oh no, I did have Proxima with me. My bad. So now, I'm gonna throw my special 3 and go for the nuke. Even though this champion is 90% resistant to shock to the point where it falls off in 90% quicker, I still did a burst of physical damage against this guy. That's pretty good. And now I'm intentionally staying under 2 bars of power. Medium, medium, light, 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 medium, medium, or actually medium, whatever. Now I'm going to do this again. Pop the special. Another special. That's where I made the mistake. If I didn't make that mistake, this fight's already over. But unfortunately, I'm gonna die in this fight. But you know what? Thor did pretty well. Thor can do pretty well in the wrong scenario, which is, I think, a very valuable quality of a champion. The final fight we've got is Variant 3 Kang. And the most important things to note: all champs with tech have 50% reduced attack, and my Thor Ragnarok is actually Sig 200 by the time this particular fight comes around. Every other fight he was Sig 125. So the difference is about 700 attack rating when Thunder God's Wrath is up, and he has selective time stream, so he will regenerate every 20 seconds to full. He's immune to regenerate modification. The only way you can stop it is to incinerate or shock. Now Thor Ragnarok has shock, so what we're gonna do is get to my special 3 and effectively end this fight. Now this does get a little dodgy at some points here and there, but that's the whole fun of doing these fights, and also the most fun part about making this video for me. So we're going to once again get under 40 hits and make sure I'm at 3 bars of power. We're gonna bait the special and hit him a little bit. Hit him again, back off, parry, SP3, and now we are going to watch his health disintegrate for shock damage. And some of this does get a little hairy. Yeah, this gets pretty close, and you're going to see why. So now we're going to go for mediums. I'm going to throw my SP1. I'm going to dump my SP1 again. And I'm going to do another combo, another SP1. I'm going to go medium, 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 light, 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 medium. And then another SP1. And the exact same combo until this guy dies. Now here's the part where things get really tricky. My Thunder God's Wrath, which is that orange thing, is actually about to run out. So I'm going to throw my SP2 and get a really clutch stand-up intercept. And I'm going to manipulate my combo a little bit. And I'm going to throw my SP1. It's going to get a guaranteed stun. Medium, 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 light, 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 medium, SP1, and that's the fight. So that was clutch, but also shows that Thor Ragnarok can take a fight like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to flex on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. And I will be catching you very soon.